Nowhere does history indulge in repetition so often or so uniformly as in Wall Street. Jesse Livermore. About a month ago, I woke up filled with excitement about the upcoming trading day. I had a feeling that a huge breakout was going to be seen in the market, and I wanted to be sure that I profited from the move. This type of move only occurs 2 or 3 times a month, but the amount of money you can make during these few days can be incredible. Using the technique that I will teach in this book, I was able to pinpoint the explosive breakout that occurred on this day before the opening print was even recorded. How did I do this? By having a keen understanding of market dynamics and pivot point concepts. Needless to say, the market experienced a major rally on this day, allowing me to capture a healthy five-figure gain in just one session. The trade I took on this day, the trade, the trades I, the trades I took on this day, look the look. Sorry. The trades I took on this day, like the one shown in figure 1.1, were easily identifiable using the concepts in this book, and I will show you exactly how to find them. However, before an aspiring trader can learn to make money in this game, he or she must first obtain a proper understanding of the market. Too often, novice traders race out of the gate in search of sizzling setups and black box mechanical trading systems without ever understanding fully the role of marketplace and its buyer and sellers. To have a chance at profiting from the market, you must have a firm understanding of market dynamics. Understanding, after all, is the operative word. As you make your way through this book, you will learn many definitions, concepts, and setups as they pertain to the market. However, your ability to gain the most out of the information will come from the evolution of your learning into true understanding. The ability to understand why the market is behaving the way that it is allow you to innately anticipate market behavior and pinpoint entries and exits using the tools and techniques in this book. The ability to understand why the market is behaving the way that it is will allow you to anticipate market behavior and pinpoint entries and exits using the tools and techniques in this book. In many cases, to begin to understand the market is to first understand the auction process. The auction process. The role of the marketplace is to facilitate trade between buyers and sellers. A price will auction higher and lower. Price will auction higher and lower as it attempts to find an area where trade can be easily facilitated. If the price opens too low, it will auction higher to find sellers, and if price is too high, it will auction lower to find buyers. If you put this into an easily understood framework, you will come to see that this information makes complete sense. If an original painting by Pablo Picasso were to be auctioned for a starting bid of $10 on the open market, buyers would enter the market en masse because the price is too low. Buyers would drive price higher until the last buyer stood alone, essentially ending the auction with the sale likely for a price in the tens of millions of dollars. However, what would happen if I were to auction off a painting by my 1 year old daughter with a starting bid of $1 million? Obviously, the starting bid is too high. The price would begin to auction lower in search of buyers. Eventually, price would auction low enough to find a buyer, perhaps her loving grandmother, for a mere $10. Price continually moves higher and lower in search of the best value to both buyers and sellers. Buyers will enter the market when they feel price is below value, while sellers will enter the market when they believe price is overvalued. This will be a consistent theme over the course of the book. It boggles my mind how a novice trader can be a smart shopper in the everyday marketplace but become a completely different person when engaging the stock and futures market. Meet novice Joe, who is a fantastic shopper when it comes to food, clothes, and even cars, but throws all of his instincts out of the window when it comes to trading. Joe loves to eat lobster, but he knows that this can be an expensive habit, so he must buy when the price of the lobster is below value. He keenly observes the price of lobster regularly and knows that the average price per pound is about $10.99. As you can expect, when the price per pound drops to $7, $6.99, he pounces on the offer and buys several pounds. The very next morning, however, Joe engages the stock or futures markets in a completely different manner. Instead of waiting on value, as he did on the lobster, he hastily pulls the trigger at the most inopportune times, buying when the market is overvalued and selling when the market is undervalued. Essentially, his trading behaviors would translate into his buying lobster at 15.99 per pound, which he would never do. The concept of value is easily understood, but consistently applying it to the markets occur with experience which can only be obtained through vigorous study and practice, जो कि हम लोग कर रहे हैं, hopefully. Sometimes price needs to probe higher in order to find a compromise between buyers and sellers, while other times price needs to probe lower before finding an agreeable price. Imagine a local cake baker that has just opened her bakery and is currently in the price discovery phase. Jennifer, owner of Just Baked Cakes, is unsure of the market value of her cakes and initially lists her cakes to sell at $20 a piece. The market clearly sees this price as below value, as evidenced by the boom of orders she receives. She sold 100 cakes in her first week and is extremely excited. However, she decides to raise the price to $30 to see how the market will respond. She is delighted to see that her orders remains constant at 100 cakes per week, meaning that buyers still feel that her cakes are at value at the current price. She feels the need to probe even higher in order to maximize her profit potential. Therefore, she raises the price of her cakes to $35 a piece. This time, however, the market responded with fewer orders to buy as she only received 75 orders. She quickly reinstates the $30 price tag and feels confident that she has reached a fair facilitation of trade between buyer and seller. This example paints a vivid picture of why you will see price rally through resistance only to sell off sharply, or drop through support only to rally with conviction. Sometimes the market must break to rally and break out to sell off. The market is constantly searching for the best area for trade facilitation and usually needs confirmation at an extreme before it can proceed on its merry way. To understand the auction process further, let's understand its participant, buyer and sellers.